Hey everybody, welcome to another video here on Poor Redneck World. And today's video is going to be, well, basically a rant. Because there's something on my mind that's pissing me off and driving me crazy. And I decided, since I've got a YouTube channel, why not use that as a soundboard to kind of air my frustration. And what this rant is going to be about has a lot to do with this car right here, okay? And it's got even more to do with the state of Arkansas. So here's the deal. I'm going to try to keep this as a short video as I can, 15 minutes or less. So this is my friend's, I believe it's a 90 or 91 Dodge Dynasty, and I've got at least one other video on my channel based on this car. Okay, now the basic background here is my other friend got this vehicle. He's an Arkansas resident, and he got this vehicle because his Mustang broke and needed a vehicle. This one shortly thereafter broke down on him, which is how I found it, and I went up to fix it. I told him what we needed. My other friend had more time than I did to actually do the repair because I was working. When he came down, saw the car, liked it, whatever, he arranged to do a trade with my first friend and traded a Dodge Ram pickup truck, two-wheel drive, for this car plus $500. So the guy who had this car traded it title for title plus $500 for the truck. Now, the title was not yet registered in the other friend's name. So he went to go register the vehicle around the time that all this exchange of vehicles was taking place. And he paid the money, filled out the paperwork, went into the tag agent, blah, 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 done all the crap that you need to do, and sent it off. Well, Arkansas says they claim it takes 4 to 6 weeks to do a vehicle title transfer, which I think is completely ridiculous. And I tell you why. I live in Oklahoma. They say it's 5 to 7 business days, and I have never had it take more than 3 or 4. Coming Monday, transfer the title on your vehicle, get tags or whatever, and usually by Thursday evening after work, you've got a title. Usually. I've only had it take longer one time because of the holidays. Arkansas, they say 4 to 6 weeks. Well, the state of Arkansas lost the title on this car. So then you would think that the state, since they lost the title, they'd be responsible for taking care of it. It's their screw up. They lost it. They should handle it. Well, they ain't gonna. So they said that we got to go back to the last registered owner and get the vehicle's last registered owner to file for a duplicate title or lost title. So they do that. They go get the last registered owner. They say, here, this is what we're trying to do, and we need to get a duplicate title made. So he gets it. He pays for it, da-da-da-da-da. So then they try to get the title put in my friend's name so that he can turn it over to my other friend that's basically already traded for this car, traded the Dodge Ram. So they do all the paperwork on that crap, and it's sent. And the state of Arkansas has a title, they have the paperwork, they have their marching orders, so on and so forth. And they say, of course, 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. Now, what needs to happen here is the title needs to come back in the name of the man who is a friend of mine who traded this car for the Ram, okay? And once it's in his name in the state of Arkansas, then he could simply sign the title over to my other friend who is basically now in possession of the vehicle, despite the fact that it's here for diagnostic purposes and repair. And then once it's signed over to him, he can tag this car in the state of Oklahoma. And as I said earlier in this video, it won't take but a week, 1 week, 7 business days at the absolute very most to transfer this vehicle into his name in the state of Oklahoma. And in my experience, usually 3 to 4 days. I have registered dozens of vehicles in my name. I have sold vehicles in the state of Oklahoma, and I've never once seen a vehicle title take longer than a week. I recently had to replace my mother's car, 2000 Malibu. It's on my YouTube channel. that car. It's a gold Malibu or whatever color you want to call it. When the motor went on that, I found her a red Grand Prix 2000 model that needs body work and a little engine repair. And when I transferred that vehicle into our name, I did that on a Monday, and I had the freaking title by Thursday night. And I'm not even close to joking. So Oklahoma's got their shit together, okay? It don't take forever to transfer a title. Apparently the state of Arkansas, I don't know what's up with the state of Arkansas. So, they say 4 to 6 weeks. Well, 4 to 6 weeks has come and gone, okay? 4 to 6 weeks is way back behind us, okay? We're probably looking right now at week 10 or 11, okay? Not a word. Nary a word. So we start calling my friend, and he gets the VIN number and calls the state and does this and does that to find out what's going on. And they said, and this is their words, okay? It's still 4 to 6 weeks. It's in the process of being processed right now. It's being processed. It takes 4 to 6 weeks in the state of Arkansas to do this. He said, yes, I understand, but it's been past that time frame. It's been past 6 weeks. To which the reply was, well, we're behind because of tax time. Now, let me ask you something. What in the world does processing an Arkansas vehicle title have to do with income tax? Income tax is a different ballgame. It's not associated with motor vehicle tax. It's not the same department. It's an entirely different department of the state of Arkansas. So what the hell does processing personal income tax have to do with vehicle title transfer? Okay, so then we got curious and talked to a person that works for our local office of Arkansas tag office, which is in Siloam Springs, Arkansas. And their exact words was, well, they process them when they want to. They're not in a hurry. They don't have a timeline. They don't send them all out as they're processed. They send them out when they want to. Really? You know, an automotive title is a very important document. If you need to sell the vehicle, you can't do crap without a title. If the car blows up and breaks down, you can't even technically sell it to a wrecker without a title. If you find yourself in a financial pinch and want to go to one of these automotive pawn shops, and there are 2 or 3 near me in Arkansas, just 20 minutes away, and you want to pawn your vehicle to get $800 or $1,000 or whatever, you cannot pawn that vehicle without a title. And of course, living on the highway, you always got to deal with rigs. So you can't transfer ownership of the vehicle without a title. You can't pawn the vehicle without a title. In some places, you cannot take the vehicle to a mini storage and store your vehicle, like in one of those little mini storages where you would have like a little locker. Some of these places have a place to park vehicles and boats and SUVs. Some places won't allow you to store your vehicle there without a title. And I personally know a friend who lives in a complex about 90 miles from here who, in order for you to have your vehicle on the property in the complex where you live, you have to provide a Xerox copy of the title of the vehicle in your name, proving that this vehicle, said year, make, and model with this VIN number, is your property. And that way, the security people that runs around and make sure that the vehicles that are on the property are the ones that belong are, in fact, vehicles that belong. And if they start seeing suspicious vehicles, then they've got some basis to go on. Well, it's not listed in our, files or whatever. So there are things, boy, I tell you, sometimes semi after semi, there are some things you cannot do without the title to your car. And if I had more time, I would give you some examples of things that I've had to do, situations I've fallen in, that I needed a car title for. So, anyway, here's where we're at. We're at week 10 or 11, no title, no paperwork. All we got is a sales slip between my 2 friends, saying, I traded this truck for this car. But without a title in hand, that piece of paper ain't worth a whole hell of a lot. I mean, it's got some validity, but a title is the most important document you can have. So, how long is it going to take before we get a title? I don't know. I honestly don't know. They're still holding firm to the 4 to 6 weeks, despite the fact that it's been well beyond that. So, it's a mess. It really is. And I tell you, I've lived in the state of California. I have family that live in Nevada, and they've been in Utah. I've got friends in Colorado and Texas and New Mexico, and I've got a friend that used to live in New York City. And I got to tell you, I've emailed and text messaged most of these folks, and they've all said the same thing. 4 to 6 weeks for a title? No. 2 weeks, maybe. I think the longest I had, a friend of mine had to wait for, he lived in the Bronx back in 2000, 2001. And I think the longest it took him was 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks and 2 days to get a title on his Cherokee. That's it. That's it. That's in New York, a gigantic city. I don't get it. What's the deal with Arkansas? Why do they think it needs to take 4 to 6 weeks? And then extend that beyond, well beyond. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm at the 11-minute 40-second mark, and I'm going to close this video with this. If anybody out there watching this video has experienced this kind of problem, I don't care if you lived in the state of Arkansas, shoot me a comment on the comment section below this video. Tell me your story. Maybe we could start a dialogue. In fact, I'll tell you something else. If anybody works for the state of Arkansas, has worked for the state of Arkansas, knows somebody that does work for the state of Arkansas, if there's anybody out there that can give me the inside information pertaining to why the state of Arkansas takes a month of Sundays and beyond to process a simple car title transfer, please go to the comment section below and post it. And in fact, I'm going to ask for one more thing. If anybody out there has had these kinds of experiences and you feel that the story is too long to simply put in the comment section, because believe me, I've read some long comments, and I believe YouTube limits the size of comments on videos. If you've got a story to tell about a title nightmare that you've gone through, whatever it is, and you want to have it aired, or you want to express it, email it to bma7878@gmail.com. That email address again is lowercases bma7878@gmail.com, and in the title simply say something like vehicle title nightmare or title transfer nightmare, one of those two things, and I'll understand what it is, and it won't get tossed in the trash. And if I get enough of them and they're good quality stories, I'll sit down with my trusty little whatever crap camera this is, and I'll make a video just on y'all's stories about title nightmares. So there's my rant. I don't know how long it's going to take to get this vehicle situated, but until we've got a title in hand, this car is sitting here in automotive limbo. I ain't going to put no money or time into fixing a car that we can't tag or drive. So it's stuffed here in the corner until something changes. How long that's going to be, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and feel free to comment by any of the methods that I've illustrated a moment ago. Thanks a lot. Peace out.